inspire, empower, grab your girls and soar a little higher. Unlock the fire in you, cause real women don't bitch, no. Real women don't, 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 real women don't bitch.
Hey, thank you for joining me on the Real Women Don't Bitch podcast. This is your proud host, August Crenshaw, aka Mrs. Raw, Real, and Relentless. I am the #1 advanced mental conditioning specialist for entrepreneurs because building mental muscle is necessary in order to implement successful business strategies. This show has been created for the woman who is not excuse-driven and needs help building a profitable business. I will be interviewing women from various fields who are willing to break the silence on struggles that specifically affect female entrepreneurs. Welcome to a show where I and guest speakers from time to time share our methods that help us beast our business no matter what is going on in our lives. Whether you are an online or brick and mortar business owner, this show is for you. We will hit every angle, personal, professional, and spiritual. Why? Because on any given day, you get hit with shit from a scenario involving one, more, or perhaps all of the above. It all impacts you and your mindset towards your business. I have made it my personal mission to provide a space where we dive deep into the BS we face on a day-to-day basis. We are about to talk about losing money in your business today. We have to have this conversation because if we don't, a lot of you all will not properly prepare. And I know that a lot of the women who follow me, your finances have not been in the best place. You've put it all on the line to start your business. And a lot of you can't wait to create this robust business where you're just booming and rolling in the dough. But I need us to have a real conversation about money because money issues are going to come up in your business. And the people that talk about having this revolving door of cash coming in, I want you to understand that they are established on a different level than you. One of the things that I know a lot of you all may not be doing, which means that you have to constantly stay on the grind and get new clients, is that you are not creating something where you can get passive income. One of my mantras is that money is deposited into my account every day. And I create products and services where people have memberships so that I'm constantly collecting reoccurring payments from multiple people on different days of the month. I also have products and in addition to my services, I have one-to-one clients. There are times when I launch higher ticket group programs. As you grow and you graduate, you constantly make more money. And as you look at your financials, you should begin to notice patterns in your business, highs and lows and dips. And people that don't want to have this real conversation about the ebb and flow of business, they're not doing you a true service. All entities have ebbs and flows. If a company's bringing in on average $100K a month, it's an average, you guys. Go to the websites and look at the stocks, look at the profit and loss sheets on a lot of these companies that are out there, and look and see how that money changes and how sometimes they have more gains, more losses. That's a reality of doing business. And I'm actually going to use my hair business because when I was doing hair, I did this for 20 years. In the first few years, I didn't really know what was going on. But when I figured it out, it really helped me change the way that I made my offers, and it helped me understand how to budget my money. And I want you to know that we're talking about a couple of years. So I'm maybe like 22 years old. I started living on my own at 19. I had already had a daughter, but I had been doing hair since I was a sophomore in high school. And I noticed that there were times when I would get these spurts of money. And I finally got some logic around it. When it was income tax time, those really expensive hairdos that people wanted, that's when they got them. When it was summertime, because of what our hair goes through with humidity, a lot of sisters were getting their hair braided. Once it got closer to the fall, holiday shopping, in the beginning, a lot of my clientele wouldn't get their hair done as often. At that point in my business, I was not doing other styles, which meant that they were going to their other stylists to get flat ironed and a bunch of other things done. So I was losing money because these people were like, well, the humidity isn't there. I'm not having to deal with as much BS. People aren't working out as hard for their summer bodies. And so they would go and I would be like, okay. So I knew that in October, November, December, that my money would go down, which meant that from January to September, even if it was only something as simple as adding an extra $20 to my utility bills, I paid a lot of things forward. This is the kind of mindset that I had from being analytical at a young age. And it also made me think, well, once the wintertime comes around, what kind of offer could I create to persuade them to be like, nah, I'm going to go ahead and get my hair done by August. I also started being very aware of the kind of clients that I was attracting. And what ended up happening is as my awareness shifted, my clientele shifted. And I had those women in my life that were, this is my lifestyle. This is what I do. I want carefree 24/7 and money is in my budget. So the Christmas toys and stuff like that didn't stop people from coming to get their hair done by me. And you have to do that same thing. I remember there was this one woman I was coaching in a group and she was in the health and beauty industry and she was like, I don't really make any money during the winter time. And I'm like, well, I'm your coach and I'm looking at your business and what you do. And there's plenty of money to be made. And so we looked at what kind of offers she had. Why wasn't she getting as much clientele? And because she was a local business, a lot of those people were going out of town. But it was like, well, so maybe you need to ramp up a different segment of your business because she did different types of products. And between that and gift cards and a bunch of other things, she actually generated more money than she could have put together with the last few years that passed during the winter holidays. And so she had a very high influx, but that's because she was willing to look at the realities of the dips in her business. Me personally, I've had clients that have been really, really great about honoring their contracts. But I have had two situations occur. One of those situations, I have finally got a client that talked all the right shit, did all the right things, closed the sale, and she had a contract where she was paying me $1,000 a month and she abandoned it. And I could have pursued her or I could have just let it go. And because of the way that it ended, I personally decided to just let it go because energetically I was like, it's not worth it. And simultaneously, I had another client who had been, undisciplined with her money and life slapped her in the face at the same time. And then I lost almost another $1,000. She was at a grandfathered rate, so it wasn't as much. But the point is, I literally lost about $2,000 a month that I should have had coming in for about the next 5 months. All of this stuff, bam, hit at the same time. I could have disappeared. I could have been gone. What if that was all that I had to my business? And I could, oh man, I'm going to have to go back to driving Uber. I'm going to have to do all of these different things. That was not the case because the thing about it that made things so beautiful is that I had other launches and stuff that were coming up because I was always showing up and promoting my products and services. Other things were coming in and replacing that income that I lost because of the way that I structured my business, because I was not naive to the ebb and flow of money coming in and going out. You've got to know your business. And I put this out here
with 1000% encouragement and belief that you are going to continue to grow. But a lot of you, once you get that first, oh my God, I finally did a high ticket offer and I sold out my package. And you're like, I made more in a few hours than people make for an entire year. But what a lot of those people don't tell you is that they go shopping, they spend a shit ton of money upgrading websites, they go and do a whole bunch of other things. And instead of investing, calculating those taxes to come out, doing a bunch of other things that are responsible, they don't move appropriately. And just as fast as that money came, that money went. $10,000, that ain't shit. You can burn through $10,000 in 10 minutes. And so with that being said, where are you at with your business and how are you going about with managing your funds? My clients will tell you, oh, I already have my quarterly taxes in escrow. I sent my payment off, because we discuss those things. I may not get all inside of their numbers, but I go through, we talk about, their Excel spreadsheets, what it should contain, what their spending habits should be like, because I want people to be successful. Making money in your business doesn't mean you're successful. Client retention, retaining the money and being able to hold on to it, having it to be able to have a lifestyle, to be able to invest in yourself, to continue to grow in your business, that is being responsible and being mature. So where are you at with your business? How are you dealing with the ups and downs and the dips? It's real, you guys. And I understand a lot of people don't want to talk about this, but even the upper echelon companies out there have to look at their books and know their numbers. Why do we have expressions like being in the red or being in the black? They exist for a reason. I'm interested to see where you are. Put some comments out, whether you listening because you chimed in off of, LinkedIn or Facebook or YouTube or something, or maybe you're out there on iTunes. I'm looking forward to your questions and comments about the podcast episode. Where are you at? How does this make you feel? I know that money is a sensitive topic, unless we're talking about somebody giving it away to you. People talk to you about sex before they talk about their financial status, unless they're at a place where they feel like they can brag and, see whose nuts are bigger. I know I said nuts even though it's ladies, but y'all get the analogy. Anyway, thank you guys always for tuning in. We are on fire, ladies. Let's keep getting busy. If you haven't done so yet, make sure you head over to closethesales.com and make sure you get your free copy of the Creating Connections So That Clients Cash Out webinar, where I am breaking down sales. Speaking of all of this money, you need to be making sure you're able to lock in those deals. All right, www.closethesales.com. In the meantime and in between time, I'll see you on the next episode. Deuces.
Thank you for joining me today. Remember to cultivate a mindset that is biased towards taking action. No bitching, whining, or complaining. Here, our mantra is, real women don't bitch, we get shit done. See you next week as I continue to bring you what you need to keep your head in the game and beast your business. Don't forget to hit subscribe and leave us a 5-star review. Would you like a specific topic covered? Have a question you would like answered live? Then head on over to realwomendon'tbitchpodcast.com. Subscribe to my email list, hit me up, and I got you. Interested in being a guest speaker? You walk the walk? Then you can sign up on the website too. This is your #1 advanced mental conditioning specialist for entrepreneurs, Mrs. Raw, Real, and Relentless. Signing out. Deuces.
Inspire, empower, grab your girls and soar a little higher. Unlock the fire in you, 'cause real